What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rattorado, and welcome back to the Next Level Fear Show. Like I said in my last video, I told you that I was going to get more in depth with how to determine what your caloric maintenance is. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're interested, stay tuned. If you're interested in either losing weight, losing fat, I would say losing up to 25 pounds within the next 4 to 5 months effortlessly, watch the video. So what I want to get into real quick is this. How do we determine what is our caloric maintenance? Meaning, how much food can we eat every single day and not gain weight? Just plateau. All right. Some days you might gain a pound, and then some days you might lose a pound, right? You get on the scale, if you weigh yourself every day, you kind of fluctuate, but you're pretty consistent with the average weight, right? You're either up a pound or down a pound, right? So how do you determine? Well, it's simple as this. I was watching a podcast, I would say about 3 years ago when I first got back into fitness and trying to be healthy. I heard this guy talk about multiplying either the number 14, 15, or 16 by your body weight. And when he was saying it, he said, don't question it. Don't ask me why it's 14, 15, and 16. I don't know. So I'm going to say the same thing. If you guys got questions towards the end of the video, don't ask me why. Don't ask me where I get these numbers. All I'm telling you is that it works. Okay, it works. So 14, in my guess, is going to be for the smaller individual. Okay, again, I'm talking about people that are overweight here, right? So 14 is for the shorter guy, the guy who's like less than 5'7", I would say, 5'7" and below. 15 would go for the 5'7" and above to like 5'11". And then obviously 16 would go for the individuals that are 6 feet and above. And all you got to do, it is so simple, is multiply whatever number is, fits you. For me, it was 15. I multiplied 15 by my weight, and I got that number. All right, I don't have my calculator with me, so I'm not going to sit here and tally it up for you, but you get it. Multiply 15, 16, or 14, right? By your body weight. That number is a really good number for your maintenance. It's going to be in the 2000s, possibly in the 3000s, maybe more. It depends on how much you weigh. Okay. For me, I believe it was around 2,700 or something like that. I don't remember. But at the time I was 200 pounds, 15 times 200. I'm not good at math. I know it's over 2,000, right? Close to 3,000. So, yeah, now you're going to make me get my calculator. But anyway, that number is pretty close. As a matter of fact, that number was actually spot on for me, because to lose a pound of fat every week, you got to deduct 500 calories from your diet. So whatever my number was, I deducted 500 calories. 2 ways. All right. The first way was either through cardio. The second way was through my diet. And it all depends on, honestly, how you're feeling on a particular day. Maybe you're not able to get to the gym, right? We have kids, we're married, we have a life, we have to cook, blah, blah, blah. Things happen, right? So you can't get to the gym. You can't do any cardio. So what did I do? Well, then I just removed 500 calories from my diet. And I still was on track. I was still on track to losing that pound of fat every week. And without fail, every single week, I lost a pound of fat. There were some hiccups, and I'll talk about that in a second, but it was that easy, guys. So when you subtract 500, that's your caloric number right there. That's your caloric maintenance. Now you got to say to yourself, well, how do I know if I'm eating that? How do I know if I'm overeating 3,000 calories? How do I know if I'm overeating 2,500 calories, right? Well, you don't, because you can't guesstimate. There is no such thing. There's no guessing, okay? You gotta buy a scale. They're cheap, 15, 16 bucks. Buy a scale, weigh everything. Weigh everything when you cook it, right? So if you're gonna have 100 grams of rice, it has to be cooked first. Then you weigh it. Same thing with your chicken, your vegetables, all of that. Fast forward, I started to deduct the 500 from my calories daily. And when I got stuck was I wasn't adjusting my maintenance. What do I mean by that? So every pound you lose, you have to redo the math. Okay. And it's only by a little, as you can see. Like if you went from 200 pounds to 199, it's only a few calories that you have to deduct from your daily intake. It's only when you start reaching, I would say, when I started to reach like 13% body fat in that range, I could tell that it was getting difficult, because at that point I was below 2,100 calories. I was below 2,170 calories minus the 500 that was pushing me closer to 1,500 calories a day. So there's tricks to that, right? I mean, some of you are like, damn, 2 slices of pizza is 1,500 calories. And you're absolutely right. I got stuck was because I wasn't adjusting the number every time I lost a pound. And so when I started to plateau, I'm like, man, I'm doing my cardio. Why is it taking me longer to lose a pound? I should be on pace. Every 7 days, I should be dropping a pound. Make sure you guys have a scale, that shows, 150.6 pounds, like that. Hopefully you guys don't have like the manual one, back in the day one. It'll be real hard for you to tell if you're losing weight, and very discouraging as well. So, make sure you stay on top of that. What else? Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong in terms of, or how did I combat? Right, that's what I wanted to say. There are going to be times where you're not going to be able to do cardio. And there are going to be times where you're going to want to eat more. Your body is basically telling you, I don't want to be thin. All right, you got to feed me more. You got 2 options. You can eat at your maintenance instead of deducting the 500, right? Subtracting the 500 from that particular day. You could eat at that maintenance and then do more cardio, or do enough cardio to where you're burning 500 calories. If you got a strenuous job and you're moving around all day, take into account of either you going up and going down the stairs and you have your tracker on your watch. It could be an iWatch, it could be a Garmin. If you're counting your steps and by the end of the day, you've lost, let's just say 500 calories, that was your cardio. Okay. Just be careful that you set the settings on your Garmin or your iWatch correctly. I always like to set the weight, because it'll ask you your height and your weight. So if I'm 155, I would always set it 5 pounds below 155. So that way, I know I'm getting my 500 calories for real. You know what I mean? Sometimes these watches, they can be off, and you're sitting there, you're looking at your watch and you're like, wow, I burned 1,000 calories. Well, that was when you were 200 pounds. Now you're 150. So just be cognizant, right? You want to make sure that you update everything as you drop the weight. So what are some of the things that I used to do? If I was too hungry that day, okay, and I know, damn, I need to eat, I got to have another meal, maybe even 2 meals, then I was going to push my cardio a little bit harder that day. And that's how I was going to get around that. But if there was a day where I was not so hungry and I was good with just maybe having 1 or 2 meals, And let's just say I still had 1,000 calories left. I didn't do cardio. I don't have to do cardio. All right. So hopefully that's not confusing. Hopefully I'm getting my point across, or making you guys understand like how to manipulate food intake versus expending calories throughout the day. You don't have to do both is basically what I'm trying to tell you, because doing both will burn you out, right? If you're going to do an hour cardio and deduct 500 calories, a lot of people say, well, yeah, I'll burn more than a pound a week. I want to burn 2 pounds a week. I want to lose 10 pounds in 1 month. You're going to find yourself starving, and you're going to find yourself binge eating at some point. Maybe some of you already have done that. So I would be careful. You don't want to lose too much weight at such a fast pace. It just never works. All right. Everybody always bounces back, and sometimes people just gain more weight than they were. All right. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to how to determine the amount of calories you need daily. You need a scale. Do that, arithmetic, 14, 15, or 16, whichever one you fit in, multiply that by your body weight. And then all you do is deduct 500 from that every single day. And every week you will burn 1 pound of fat. Guaranteed. If you don't, drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you're eating. Tell me how you're moving. And I'll figure it out for you. I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to be your online YouTube coach, because I'm going through this process as I speak right now. I'm 161 pounds. I weighed myself this morning. I generally gain about 10 pounds from the fall to the beginning of, let's just say, January. And I do that so that way I can try to put on a little bit of muscle tissue. And so now that January's here, I'm back on my grind. I like to lose weight real slow, so that way I'm not starving. I'm still living my life, right? I can still pretty much eat what I want. 1 pound a week is perfect for me. So I'll be 100% transparent with you guys, letting you know, letting you see me on the scale, letting you see what I'm looking like physically, if the abs are coming in, if they're not coming in, if I'm getting leaner, the mistakes I make along the way. And I'll even go over the boring food I eat on a daily basis, because it's not exciting. It's either chicken, fish, or beef, right? With broccoli and very little carbs. So I'll share all that with you, and hopefully you guys get into it, man. Any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you're confused about something, leave them in the comment section. If you know somebody that's trying to get themselves together, share the video. All right. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the comments. Good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one.